Hello everyone! If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Patricia and this is Tester Tuesday. Now, I want you to ask yourself, are you someone that loves to hear about scents? If you are, then Tester Tuesday is the place for you because every week we discuss scents and you guys help by voting on the scents at the end of the video. So I'll explain. It's a collective vote, so as many people can vote as possible. So this is a variation of our regular Tester Tuesday. Now what we are starting to do is review the new spring and summer scents for the Scentsy catalog in 2019. So in total we have 10 new release scents, 2 Disney scents. I added in 2 of the returning brick scents because they are now in bar form. And I put Johnny Appleseed in as well, even though it's a scent that many people probably know, but it's never officially been in the catalog. So that makes 15 scents and we'll review 3 each week. It'll take 5 weeks. So we have our first 3 scents to review today. Now, voting last week was crazy. We slammed the record. The previous record was 104 votes and we got 136. So that is wonderful. It kind of goes to show that everybody is excited for the new scents. So let me kind of just review all the places. So in first place, we have a light pink colored wax. And I happen to have a bar because we received this at World Tour. It is pink cotton and that had 36% of the vote. In second place, with 22% of the vote, it's a green wax, almost like a green grass colored wax, and it was prickly pear and agave. And in third place, very, very close. It was very, very close for second and third and fourth, really. We had a light pink wax, strawberry taffy. That one had 21% of the vote. So the 2 that didn't make it were Be My Honey, that was fourth place, and Pina Colada Cha Cha. So those 2 scents will go into the groupings for rounds 4 and 5, I believe. Okay, so just a preview this week. I had a scent that I really, really liked on Scent Appeal. I had a scent that was a banger, and I had a scent that lasted a long time. So let's get into this week's scent, and I'll let you know how each one did. Okay, so in first place this week we had Pink Cotton. Like I said, a light pink wax. And what I decided to do, last year I did 1 tester of each fragrance. And I didn't find that very much because each tester weighs approximately 3/4 of a cube. 3/4 of a cube is not a great judge of a scent. So I thought, well, we'll pick up 2 sets and I'll do 2 testers of each. So together they make up 1.5 cubes, a little bit more representative of what most people would do. So keep that in mind. Each tester is 3/4 of a cube. Together we're warming 1.5 cubes. So I decided to warm this one here in my bedroom. I have a 25 watt, I think it's called Winter Stag warmer, and so I put both testers in there. And on cold, I would say this is a light to medium scent, and fragrance appeal for me is about a medium. This is obviously a new release. It's going to be in the fresh category. So I'll read you the scent description for Pink Cotton. Find your fantasy on a cloud of clean cotton, swirled with fruity pink berries and vanilla sugar. So definitely a clean cotton fragrance. You can definitely smell that clean, laundry-esque vibe. I wouldn't really say like downy softener sheet. More like clean cotton. Cotton has like a bit of a vibrant, strong smell in laundry version. So I definitely pick up that. Pink berries. When I was thinking about it, I was thinking, do I even know if there are any pink berries in life? So I was thinking, I looked it up. I mean, there are some pink berries or some pictures of some pink berries. But an important thing to know is this is not like a pink sugar blend. In vendor wax, a lot of pink anything means pink sugar plus whatever. This is not really that. It's pink berries. So to me, it implies like a feminine, youthful, perfumey berry scent. So you get a little bit of fruitiness and a little bit of perfume characteristic. And then you get the vanilla sugar, which adds sweetness and a little bit of just overall rounding of the fragrance. Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, I find this reminds me of something that like a teenager would wear in terms of perfume, but then you add that clean cotton on top. So kind of think of it that way. Okay, so I put it in the warmers and what happened? Well, let me tell you. Whoa! This one should have been called Little Red Riding Hood because it is very, very strong. Like you don't think it's going to be strong. It was easily 9 out of 10 strength and throw in this room, like easily. I thought I was going to have to turn the warmer off for a little bit, and no, I stuck it out. Not that it was a bad scent, but just very intense. So it kind of reminded me a little bit of my aloe water and cucumber experience last year, because I had the door behind me cracked open just a little bit. I was down in my island kitchen area, which is very far away. I had a coffee scent going, so you know how strong coffee scents are, and I could still smell pink cotton over coffee. Craziness. So I had this one lasting 23 hours over 2 days. And again, I start and stop, start and stop. This scent, I had it going for about 3 hours one morning. Its initial 3 hours. I turned it off, left the house around 8:30, came back around 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, came in the room. The warmer's off, by the way, came in the room, could still smell it very, very strong. So it lingers a bit. So keep that in mind. On day 2, not as strong, kind of like a lighter intensity in all aspects, but probably a little less perfumey characteristic. More of the cotton characteristic kind of lingered. And it's weird because towards the end, I'm not really sure why, but I kind of got like a hint of mint or eucalyptus, like very, very low amount. And I don't know if that's just kind of the wax kind of overheating or what have you. But yeah, fragrance appeal for me was about 6 or 7 out of 10 for this. I really, really like this. I think with my bar, I'm going to actually warm it in my open concept space because I think it will handle that area no problem. And if I were warming this scent and giving you guys advice, I would say pick a larger area to start or slightly reduce your amount of wax just in case you find it too strong. And as always, if you start with a low amount of wax and you find you want it a little stronger, you can add in extra. But it's a little harder to take out once you warm it. So yeah, that's pink cotton. I think it's going to do really well. Okay, let's move on to prickly pear and agave. That was our second place scent. And I have my 2 testers that I warmed. So I had my daughter smell all 3 scents this week. And she said she liked all 3 equally the same. Now this one was my least favorite out of all the scents that I smelled. So I decided, well, I'm going to put that in her room. So she has a 25-watt beacon warmer, and it's about the same size as my testing room here. So fragrance appeal on cold for me is pretty low for this scent. It's in the fruity category, but I get something else, and let me just explain to you. I'm going to read you the scent description. For prickly pear and agave, it says, prickly pear and agave are sweet as a desert sunset behind a dreamy veil of sheer petals. So prickly pear, it's like in the cactus family. It's kind of grown in the desert areas. It's green with like pink accents. So the wax is green and the packaging is going to be pink. So that's what ties everything together. And again, it said it was fruity and not as sweet. And it's kind of promoted for like a lot of health benefits. The prickly pear, they said like diabetes, cholesterol, obesity, even hangovers, dark circles. I mean, it sounds like the cure-all. I don't think it's going to help us in wax form, but interestingly enough, Christmas cactus from the fall and winter had agave, and it also was in the cactus family. So I think if you like that scent, this may not be a stretch to go that you're going to like this scent. And I think Melissa, she really, really likes Christmas cactus, one of my subscribers. So the sheer petals, I'm not really sure what sheer petals are. To me, this is described as a fruity fragrance, but I get a lot of green notes. So to me, it's more of a fresh fragrance. I get a lot of green freshness with this. I get mostly like a bamboo green vibe. I get agave, which gives me like a nectar, and that's that tang I was describing in my first sniffs video. Like there's like a tang. You know how like honey has a weird tone to it? That's what I get with the agave, and I'm not sure, but that's what I think I'm not liking. I also get a slight perfume characteristic with this scent. I'm not really sure if that's the sheer petals. And I definitely get some fruity vibe to it, but not a lot. Very, very, very little fruity vibe. Mostly a green, perfumey scent with a bit of a tang from that agave and sweetness. That's what I get. So I would say when I put this in the warmer, fragrance appeal went up for me. It was about 5 or 6. Maybe it was like 4 out of 10 before on cold. Strength and throw, this is like about of a medium intensity on cold, but when warmed, it goes to about 8 out of 10 max. And the really big promotion with this scent is that it did last quite a long time. I had it lasting 43 hours over 4 days. And maybe it's because I don't love the scent that I found it lasted a long time, because you know that phenomenon. Later in the warming, obviously it got a little bit softer in all aspects. I could still smell that green note though, and I could still smell like a perfume vibe. So I think this would do well in most areas of people's homes. I think you could try it in an open concept layout depending on how high your ceilings are. And I think that if you like scents, and obviously they are different, but if you like scents like sea salt and avocado, maybe even rainforest bungalow, although that is very sharp and green, I find, you may want to pick this up and give it a try. I will probably not reorder this, but my daughter really liked it, so maybe I will reorder just for her. And let's move on to scent number 3. It is Strawberry Taffy. Let's wrap things up. So again, 2 testers. This is in the fruity category in the new releases. This was my favorite on cold and warm this week. I would say 7.5 out of 10 for fragrance appeal. I'll read you the scent description for Strawberry Taffy. It is nostalgic notes of vanilla taffy folded with strawberry puree beckoned straight from memory lane. So yes, taffy is kind of like that stretchy candy, and they make like, they put it in tiny little log shapes and like roll it on each end with that like wax paper. And this to me is very authentic to that, because I find it says strawberry puree. So when you add strawberry puree to a vanilla, it doesn't really seem like puree anymore because it lessens the intensity. So I get more of a candied strawberry. You can definitely smell that candy of the taffy. I also pick up a slight waxy tone, like maybe 10%, but I think it kind of works well with this scent because it's a taffy scent. And taffy kind of has that chewy, I'm not going to say waxy. Waxy might not be waxy might not be the best word to describe this. Woo. But it definitely to me is authentic to its description. It kind of reminds me of when you have powdered sugar and you kind of expect that powdery tone with the powdered sugar. I kind of expect that waxy or chewy vibe that you get, that neutral kind of candy vibe with this scent. So it worked really well for me. Strength and throw, 7.5 out of 10. I warmed it here in my bedroom. When you walked into the room, it gave like a cool effect as well. So that was really, really nice. It kind of felt like a nice cool scent, which I liked. On day 1, it was quite strong. And on day 2, day 1, I warmed it like almost like 13 hours. And then on day 2, I warmed it 7 hours. So I had it lasting about 20 hours. So day 2 was quite a bit lighter. And that was kind of the downfall for me. It kind of just fizzled out. But it is hard to pick up. So I kept trying to smell it. It's just hard to pick up. But yeah, I really, really like this scent. If you're going to pick up Strawberry Taffy, I would advise you to start in a small to medium room and kind of go from there depending on your house. I think this would be a great mixer. I think if you like scents like Berry of Paradise, although that has a floral, I think if you like scents like Strawberry Champagne Truffle, or maybe even Strawberry Swirl, to me I didn't like Strawberry Swirl because of the frothy milk, but if you like any of those family of scents, I would definitely advise you to try Strawberry Taffy. I think you would love it, or at least like it. So yes, I don't know about the longevity of this, and maybe as other people warm it, we'll kind of see how it does in their home. So let's review this week. Pink Cotton, very, very strong, stronger than you think. Prickly Pear and Agave lasts a very, very long time in my home. And Strawberry Taffy was definitely my favorite on cold and warm this week. So I have my little bag and we're going to draw 5 more scents. So if you're new to my channel, basically I'm going to get you to vote in the comments section below for 2 different scents each. I'm going to warm the top 3 after I tally all the votes. You only have Tuesday to vote. If by some reason you can't comment on a YouTube video, wait until the end of the video, click out and go to Instagram, find my post there, and you can vote there and I'll tally your vote that way, and we'll see if we can set another record. So here we go. Scent number 1 for this week, Johnny Appleseed. Scent number 2, Waves and Wonders. Scent number 3, Twitter Pated. That's a Disney scent. Scent number 4, Farmer's Market. And scent number 5, another Disney scent, Mickey Mouse and Friends. So our 5 scents for this week. Johnny Appleseed, Waves and Wonders, Twitter Pated, Farmer's Market, and Mickey Mouse and Friends. 2 votes each. I will check back Wednesday morning, and then I'll get busy warming for the week. So as always, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I'd like to wish you a great day in your neck of the woods. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.